Here's how I made £4,000 with automatic investments in Plum doing nothing. Well, I'm looking at passive income, so I'm calling it nothing. Now, let's look at how Plum can actually help you to save money while you're not doing much or without much investment knowledge. I just want to head over to Plum. I'll quickly just talk for a few minutes about what Plum is. I will record another video where I will go into the basics of Plum and how to use Plum. But today I just want to concentrate on the automatic saving feature that Plum has, which is a very powerful one. Now, I have some videos that I've done on Monzo, and Monzo has something similar when it comes to roundups, but I tend to use Plum because it's quite good in what it does, especially the automatic rules. So I've done videos on credit scoring, on Monzo, on all these areas, and you can watch those on this channel. But I want to concentrate on this automatic saving. So when we head over to Plum, you will see that it shows the pockets that you have. You have a pocket where you can just save money, which I've done in the past, and you have the investments tab. Now, the automatic rule that I'm talking about is a feature which lets you connect, and I'll show you how to connect in a minute. Connect your bank to this Plum, which is quite safe in its algorithm, and then it will analyze your bank and how much you actually spend. So the idea here is it will look at how much you are spending on a weekly basis. So it's supposed to be disposable income. So say how much money you maybe spend on a coffee. The algorithm is quite clever in analyzing and taking an amount that would not be too much. So for example, it's not going to take your account and put it in overdraft. It will take an amount that is a bit on the safe. I've been using this for about 3 years, and there's never been a day or a week where I've seen it taking more money than it really should. And so when we head over to Plum here, we'll see that it has other features, but like I said, we're going to concentrate on that automatic saving. So if you can see here, it says automatic, first active saving rule, and then it shows you how much money I have managed to save. So like I said, I've managed to save about £4,000, which we can see here at the top. So we have the growth stack, so which I look at here, and that growth stack, just an overview, it shows your investments. Your current value is 4,222. It has gained 800, and that gain is coming from investment. So as I explained at the start of this video, it will take an amount from your account. Once you connect it, I'll show you that in a minute, and that amount is then invested in an investment of your choice. So let's head over and kind of like look at the type of settings that you would have. But first, let me show you how to connect. So let's say you've downloaded this. Right now, it's saying that my account is expiring soon because every 30 days you need to connect this. This is just to protect you so that there's no fraudulent activities and you are watching and seeing these connections on a monthly basis. So you have to connect it. So if I go into where it says account expires soon, I'm going to connect it to my Barclays. So maybe this is the first time you're doing it. So you would link your account. So I'm just doing that. It connects to your Barclays. So as we can see, it's going into my Barclays, and it will go into your account, Lloyds Bank, whichever bank you have. It will go into it, and you will authorize this linkage of automatic savings. And so this is what I'm just doing now as a refresher. So it's logging into my Barclays. Now, once you are in your account, you can choose where you want to, what you want to connect. So I've got a few accounts in Barclays, but the one I want is just the current account. So I just wanted to analyze my current account, and the algorithm will just take an amount. And that's what I've just done over the years. You can use other ones if you want, but I'm just doing this one. So I'll just continue. And then this is now linked to my Barclays, and it will analyze my current account and my spending and start taking weekly amounts, which I will show you once we go back into Plum. So you can see it says off you go. You are now being redirected, and you have connected your account. Once you've connected your account, What you then need to do is you would then choose where you want to invest. So what I did is I chose to invest this. So if I go into the growth stack, I chose to connect it so that the investment will go into a Vanguard. Now I do use Vanguard directly for other investments, but then this one, I want the amount that has been saved or that has been taken from my Barclays. When it comes here, it will then be invested in a fund. So as we can see here, you've got the Vanguard Life Strategy 80% equity fund accumulation. It shows you when the fund was started. It shows you the management fees and tells you what the fund is. This is the 80-20, 80% stock and 20% bonds. It gives you key investor information. So if you click on here, it gives you a PDF explaining how the fund works and how it has performed. You can see here the ongoing charges, entry and exit charges are 0, and performance fee, which is one of the reasons why I chose this one. And it shows you how it has performed over the years. So if you go back, and then we will have this, it shows you as well the risk level. It's 4 out of 7 chilies, 7 being very spicy, if you like. And then you would have that. And so over the years, so you can see it's taken 34, 48. It's varied amounts because the algorithm analyzes it. Like I said, it doesn't really take an amount that is more than what you would. So you can see that here over the years, since about 3 years, 3.5 years ago, it's been taking all these amounts, £21, £20, sometimes £5, and the algorithm analyzes it based on the assessment of your account. So if I go all the way showing the activity, I'll go all the way to the start. You can see here I started on the 2nd of September 2020, and I've managed to save about £4,000 just by doing nothing. I link this every now and then. I just relink it. I don't need to do anything. I chose a fund and then I just left it. I've got other investments that I watch actively, but this one has been a really good one for me because I've not really been managing it or doing much with it, and then it's truly really passive income. And so if we look at other things that you can do here and how you need to set up this, maybe the other things that you would need to think about is if we come into what they call the brain here, we look at how this has been set up. So on the brain, it lets you choose how you want the AI to behave. So I went for eager. I think when I started on normal, which is the default, or you could use chilled, which is, it takes it easy with 25% less deposits, or shy, which when you're starting, I'll probably maybe recommend that you start with shy, get used to it taking money, because sometimes it can appear a bit aggressive if it's taking large amounts on a weekly basis. Or you can go into beast mode or ambitious, which I've not really tried that much because I'm quite happy with the results that I'm getting with eager. So you can change your mood there. And then you can also pause automatic deposits if you need a break. And it says here, by analyzing your income and expenses, my auto magic algorithm calculates what I can safely set aside without affecting your daily life. And I think I can vouch for that because I've not really felt that it has affected me, and which is why I'm doing this video and sharing this. Other things that you can do in Plum, I will do a video on other stuff that you can do on Plum, on Monzo, and I tend to use Monzo roundups, for example. And roundups, the way it works is it takes spare change. If you buy a coffee, maybe £2.80, £3.80, it rounds it up, as acts as if you've bought that coffee for £3 if it was £2.80. Set aside that 20p, and that 20p is then invested, or you can just keep it in a pot, which is what I do with my Monzo. And you also have paydays, put away money on paydays. You can set an amount when you're paid. You can put an amount on there. I've not used that. And then you've got the weekly depositor where you put a certain amount. Maybe you want to set up aside £10 a week. You can do that. Then you've got the 52-week challenge, which lets you take an amount. So this does it automatically as well. You take on the challenge, you connect it, and it will take, in the first week, it takes £1, and the second week it takes £2, third week £3, and then £1 and £52 in those final weeks of the year. So all in all with that, you will save, it tells you here, 1,378. I'm yet to try that. What I have tried this year, this seems to be a thing for this year, is the 1p challenge. I've done that in Monzo, and I've done a video which will appear here on me setting up the 1p challenge, and I'm going to track it over the year to see how that is gone and others. And you can also upgrade into Ultra. I think I use Pro, where I pay £2.99. And so if we go and see all plans, you could use Premium, and then you can have all these benefits. And you can even have a Plum card. I tend to do most of these investments in Vanguard, which I will do a series on. And then you've got Ultra, and then it's got extra stocks available and stuff like that. And then you've got Pro, which is the one that I use. I use Pro, and I mainly use Plum for those automatic savings, which is what I will keep doing for now. And I will do others in other apps. So I tend to spread my risk around. Now you notice there you can also deposit, you can withdraw the money, and there's a splitter. You can go on the investment tab, where I do have another fund called the Global Tech, which is quite chilly. Another video for another day, where I'll talk about how that fund is doing. And then it shows there's just how much you've invested over your lifetime and how everything is going. And then you also have a spending tracker. Now, I use the spending tracker for Monzo, which I like more than this one. But this one can also analyze, maybe you're like one of those people who just like having all things in one app, and you don't like opening too many apps. You can then choose Plum to do that. Now, I will say Monzo and other apps that I've used don't actually do that well when it comes to this automatic spending. Some of them don't even have it, which is why we're here and we're looking at this. Now, if you feel that this is useful and you like to see this kind of content, do comment just below the video. Let me know how you're doing. Maybe some of you have done this 52-week challenge. Maybe some of you have done the 1p challenge. Just comment and tell us how you've been doing and how it's been going for you. Maybe you face challenges. Let's just discuss and have a community around spending and saving. I plan to release more videos. Let me know if there's any thing that you would like to discuss with these kind of videos, and we'll be able to explore this together. Just keep investing and spend some time to just develop your portfolio and be a savvy investor. See you in the next video.